Well, my Cancerian Star Trooper friends, I'm back with your 2023 forecast. It's going to be brief, but I hope it's going to give you the undercurrent of what's happening for you in the coming 12 months. It's a very, very important year, primarily because there are 3 planets here. You can see I've got what I call the tripod of important transits for you. We can focus on these 3, and then month by month we're going to adjust and show you how this is playing out in many, many other areas of your life. But take a look, most importantly here, at Saturn in your 9th house, the planet of constriction, Jupiter in your 11th house, the planet of expansion, and Pluto, the planet of elimination and transformative processes, here in your 8th house. Now you notice also this challenging aspect between the expansive principle of Jupiter and this eliminative principle of Pluto. So there's a challenge here. This 8th house is really one of the trickiest in the zodiac. It has a lot to do with the deeper psychological complexes, the things within your nature that are often beneath the surface of your conscious mind, but playing out in all of your relationships, in all of your decisions, in a very, very subtle way. So this 8th house has a lot to do with delving deeply into these matters, understanding those knots, what I call the psychological knots, that are obstructing you from, a freer, more fulfilling life. Working on this part of your horoscope will ease up the tensions that you're experiencing here in the 11th house, which has to do with friendships, life goals. There's no doubt you're going to expand your vision of what it is you want to achieve in 2023. And that can happen. But unless you're dealing with this, unless you're able to overcome these psychologically obstructive elements of your personality and your character, you're going to struggle with this principle here. You're going to struggle with friendships, elder siblings, 11th house is elder siblings. You're going to struggle with fulfilling those objectives. You're going to struggle with earning more money from your business, from your work, if you're running an independent business. So it's important to focus on these elements to fully manifest your vision. That creative visualization has to be pristine, crystal clear for it to manifest properly. If you've got all of this murky sort of undercurrent of psychological confusion, it's not going to happen. And if it does, you're going to create problems for yourself in the long run, Cancer. Now, I mentioned Saturn here, sitting right up here in the 9th house, which is your value sector. What it is that underpins your standards. And I think it goes beyond just a religious house. It has to do with the way you broaden your mind. We can see here that there's a constraint with Saturn there in your 9th house. 9th house has to do with studies, expanding your mind, expanding your horizons, travels, legal matters as well. It's complicated having that planet there, and all those areas that I've just mentioned are likely to be impacted by the constrictive element of Saturn. Saturn is the planet of time. All of those areas require a lot of patience this year. And again, just as I mentioned, with Jupiter and that expansive element, dealing with the constrictive process of Saturn here is also resting upon your ability to deal with those psychological complexes within your nature. To the extent that you can deal with that, these other 2 areas are going to flow much more smoothly. Notice also Saturn regulates your 7th house. This is Capricorn, which is your marital affairs, your more significant partnerships. And having that here in the 9th house is very telling because it shows us you will maybe also be changing your whole philosophy of relationships. If you're single, this is going to be important, because we see the expansion of your social circle here, your social networking, tied in with the elimination of these components of your personality that hold you back. And here we see the relationship constricted by your philosophical or practical ideals. And that's also going to change the nature of the type of people you hang out with necessarily. If your values have changed with those people, then you're going to move on to greener pastures. And you want to be able to do that freely, unapologetically, because really at the end of the day, it's about you and about how you feel and about being your best self. That's what it's about in 2023. Now, I've gone into depth about these 3 planets. You can find out more about this. I'm only skimming the surface here. I just wanted to introduce you to 2023. Get on over there to astrology.com.au and find out what I've said about this. We're going to be tracking you, Cancer. We're the CIA of psychics. We're going to be tracking your experiences in 2023 through our monthly readings, our weekly forecasts that we're going to be sending you. And if you've got any specific questions, don't forget to message me here. I'll be more than happy to respond. I look forward to giving you a more personalized reading if that's what you're after here for what's coming in the next 12 months. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Stay safe. Enjoy the new year. I'll see you in February. Bye-bye now.